Settings screen for the Ford Explorer. All right, guys, my name is Jason Gillette, and I do all kinds of tech tutorials, video walkarounds, video reviews, and all kinds of things automotive. Today, we are in one of the generation new Explorers. So this is a 2025 or newer Ford Explorer. This happens to be a 2026 in here, but guys, this will work the same for a 2025, so don't go searching up a 2025. If we hit this button right here, settings, but I wanna show you how we get there. So let's say you're on the home screen, you hit the car icon, you hit the settings screen. Bam, we're into settings. Now this is gonna take a bit, guys, so bear with me. I'll try and go through quick, but not too crazy quick. So the first setting up top is sound. Sound, this is gonna take us into the stereo where we can go and adjust the tone, adjust the balance and fade, turn on or off the speed compensation volume. If you don't know what that is, if you go in here, you can actually have the stereo get louder as the car gets louder, and you can do that low, medium, or high. Stereo mode, so you can have stereo or surround mode, depending how you like the sound to sound. And then volume settings. This is fun. You can actually go in and you can kind of turn up or down the different things that come into the vehicle, like the rings, phone calls, how loud they are, prompts from navigation, and just the audio itself. So you can actually do that right from here without touching the volume knob, which is kind of cool. Then we do have ringtones, so you actually have a bunch of different ringtones you can pick for when somebody calls you. Notification sounds, so if somebody sends a message through to the car, what sound that makes. And that's in our sounds. Oh, let's get back in there. Then we have Bluetooth. So when we're in Bluetooth, it shows who's all connected for devices. We can add a device from here. We can also press this and we can go and delete devices. So if you press this button here, this shows us when we're in the device, if it's gonna auto reconnect every time, if text messages are turned on, if contacts are turned on, low battery notification, phone calls, media, that kind of stuff. Now, let's say you got in a car and you don't want that connection anymore, just hit forget. We hit yes, bam, gone, no more connection. So that's great. That was Bluetooth. This is driver assistance. These are all the safety features on the car. So the first one is cruise control. So we can go to old school cruise control or keep it on adaptive. Adaptive means it'll slow down with the vehicle in front of you. Then we have lane centering. That's Ford's semi-autonomous driving system. It steers the steering wheel for you using the lines on the road. You do have to keep your hand on the steering wheel because it wants to feel some haptic feedback. It knows you're still awake. But if you don't like it steering for you using the lines on the road, you turn that off there. In-lane repositioning. Anytime you hit these little eyes, by the way, it'll tell you what it does. A little video, which is pretty cool. But basically, if you've got your cruise control on and it senses a vehicle too close to you coming over their lane, it'll push you over a little bit. Lane change assist. This one basically is for if you're using your BlueCruise. So when you're using BlueCruise, this will allow, while the vehicle's fully driving itself, you to change lanes by just putting the signal light on, and then it'll change lanes for you. Automatic lane change. This is where, when you got BlueCruise on, it feels like the guy in front of you is going too slow, or something's gonna happen, or you need to get somewhere based on the navigation, it's gonna change the lanes automatically. Activation prompts is gonna let you know when BlueCruise is available, so you've got that turned on. And predictive speed assist. This is a fun one. I enjoy this myself. So the vehicle has a camera that takes a picture of speed limit signs. If you have the cruise control on, as it goes past the speed limit signs, it'll speed you up or slow you down with those speed limits. When you turn that on, you can also add a tolerance. So if you like to speed and you want to do a few over, you can actually see those signs. It'll keep doing like what I have, 5 over. Or if you are like a grandma and you want to turn it down, I don't mean a grandma. Some grandmas do like to speed, guys. Just figure of speech. Don't get mad at me. We could do 5 under if we felt like it. Whatever you like to do, guys. Please don't do 5 under. It's just my own preference. So that's our driver assistance. Now we're going to go to vehicle. This is kind of all your just general settings for vehicle. So 30-minute max idle. This is important, guys. This vehicle comes default every time you start it to only idle for 30 minutes. That means if you start your vehicle and you leave your dog in here with the AC on, if you don't turn this off and you leave them in here for 30 minutes or more, it's gonna turn off the vehicle, turn off the AC and all that. So make sure you turn that off. It goes the same for winter. You're trying to keep the cab really warm. You live in a super cold climate. You need to keep the heat on. You're gonna leave your vehicle running for a while for whatever reason. I'm not judging you here. Make sure you turn that off or you're gonna come out to a vehicle that's turned off. Rear occupant alert. So when it senses you've opened the rear door and then you get in, you drive your car somewhere, it's gonna tell you when you turn the car off, hey, check the back seat. You can have it alert you, honk the horn, turn it off. It can also tell you if you have a child seat installed. Lighting. We can go into lighting, turn on or off our auto high beams. We can also turn on or off how long the high beam or the headlights stay on when we get out of the vehicle. So you can turn that off, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or up to 2 minutes if you've got the world's longest driveway. Back out of there, we got key detection alert. So if we want to turn this on, if you get out of your vehicle and all the doors are closed and there's no key in the car and it's still running, it's just gonna sound the horn. Not like non-stop, just a one beep, just to let you know you left with your keys and you left the car on. That's a good one to turn on. Easy exit and entry. So this is going to slide our seat all the way back when we turn the vehicle off, and then it'll put it back to the memory position when we turn it back on. Remote start setup. So is remote start turned on? And then the climate control, do we have it to the last settings, or is it gonna put it on wherever the thermostat thinks it needs to go on for hot or cold? Same with the seats and steering wheel. Do we want it to automatically turn on the heated or cooled seats and the steering wheel, or do we want it just not to do that for us? And then duration. So you can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. All right, back at a remote start. And then we have windows. So the windows have a remote open feature, guys. This is kind of cool. It's kind of cool, but it's also something you want to be aware of. So if we hit this I, it's going to let you know that if you want to open the windows on the vehicle, all you have to do is you press this unlock button on the key fob once, then press it again and hold it for at least 3 seconds. It'll roll the windows down. It's a neat parlor trick. I guess it could cool off the inside of the cab, but be careful, because if you keep this in your pocket or your purse, you could actually inadvertently do that and come out and see your windows rolled down. So just be careful with that one. All right. So backing out of that was our windows. This is our wipers. Courtesy wipe. Courtesy wipe's kind of cool. Basically, after you've used your sprayer for your washer fluid, it's going to give one more final wipe just as a courtesy wipe. Rain sensing does what it thinks. If it senses rain, it's going to turn on the wipers. Rear wiper on in reverse. So when you put it in reverse, it's going to do a quick swipe of the back window. That's kind of nice. Power liftgate. So do we have the power liftgate on? Is it on manual? And open on approach. This is pretty cool. So when you come up to the liftgate, you've got the key fob. If you're within 3 feet or 1 meter behind the vehicle for up to 4 seconds, the tail lamps will flash, the vehicle will beep, and the liftgate will open. So you don't have to kick your feet under a bumper or anything like that. You just have to walk up behind it, stand there for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will open for you. That's pretty cool. If you don't like it, turn the feature off. But I think it's a cool feature. Locks. When we go to the locks, we got a few settings in here. So we can do auto unlock. That's when you put it in park, it unlocks automatically. Miss chirp, when you hit the, this one, when you lock the vehicle and the door's not closed properly, basically it's going to sound the horn. So it'll sound the horn twice because you haven't closed the door properly and you've locked the vehicle. Pretty simple. Then you've got your switch inhibit. So this one prevents the vehicle from being in-locked from the inside. So like cop car mode. It's good for pets, you know, if you don't want them to unlock the vehicle, if you want to lock it and remain locked no matter what they do inside. And then audible feedback. So when you hit the button on your key fob, does it honk the horn when you press it? And then what doors unlock when we hit the unlock button? Does it do all the doors or just the driver's door? All right, back to here, guys. System, pretty easy. Languages, turn it from English to French to Espanol. Units, metric or standard. Time, whether we have a 24-hour or regular. Reset options, if we want to reset our whole system. So we can do the hotspot reset, app preference reset, connectivity reset, or the whole darn thing reset. System updates, you can go in and you can check what system you're running. It's running Android version 12. This is the latest, greatest system for this time. And then you can learn about the Android 12, go into legal information. You can go into infotainment, learn all the serial numbers for your satellite radio. You can go to the licensing. You can look at the storage because this actually has a gigabyte storage. It's about 65 gigabytes. You can see what's using what. Software updates, and then Android Auto if you're connected with Android Auto. Then you have your profile settings where you can see who's the admin profile and what's all set up with like avatar and accounts and stuff. Display, so whether you've got feedback by a beep on the touchscreen, how bright it is, if it's in auto daylight or not, what themes, you can actually change the background color, which is kind of cool. And then you can go into a comm screen too. So comm screen just zooms everything out. And then I think, what do I got to do? I got to touch the screen. Yeah, touch the screen and it'll put it back if you want to get out of comm screen. Guys, get this back into there. So that was display. Yeah, that's all the display. Network and internet. This is whether you have the telematics back on to connect with your connections for Wi-Fi and software updates. And then Wi-Fi if you're connecting to a Wi-Fi connection. And then we do have 911 assist. So if you turn this on, you have to have a cell phone connected, but if you turn this on, if it thinks you've gotten a crash, it'll call 911. Assistant and voice. So this is where you can use Hey Google. You can also like read text from screen or use a screenshot. So there's a couple of different settings with the assistant and voice. Location services, what it's allowing for location services to access. Notifications, what will give you notifications and from what app. Privacy, what all the privacy settings are. Security, so whether you've locked a profile or you want to clear all the certificates and credentials. Accessibility, so whether you've got captions on or off. Apps, this tells us all the apps that we've been using and kind of what we haven't been using. And then you can go into Google services and you can look at the ads, Google Assistant, Password Manager, and you can send feedback to Google. All right, guys, that is all the settings on a Ford Explorer. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Do me a huge favor, quick subscribe to this channel. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, hit that bell icon. You'll be notified every time I make a video. Got any questions about any of this, throw that in the comments section below. Also, I will link a playlist to more Explorer videos that you might like. And thanks a lot again for watching and have a great day.